howdy do. I'm Karen Adamski with ShamaMama.com, and I'm busy in my kitchen this morning and I wanted to show you what I'm up to. I've been wanting to do this for about 2 years. I'm making beeswax fabric wraps. So you may have seen these before. They're an alternative to using plastic wraps or plastic bags, saran wrap. This is a piece of fabric that has been coated in beeswax, so you can see it's kind of still. The way this works, well, there's a few different ways that you can use these, but you can, one this size, you can go ahead and just use it to cover a bowl, and all you do, it's really just like cling wrap or saran wrap. But you want to keep your hands on it for a few minutes because the beeswax that's saturated into this fabric warms up, and then it molds to whatever you want it to mold to. So you can mold these into little sandwich bags. You can, wrap a burrito and send it off to school. Finished, you just wash it in cold water, and you can even use a little bit of antibacterial soap. And then you're good to go for the next time. So you keep using it over and over and over. So I want to show you how easy this is to do. Right now I'm rendering my own beeswax, and that's what I'll be using today. But you can find beeswax on Amazon.com from your local beekeeper. The only thing I recommend here is that you make sure you're using organic beeswax because you're going to be wrapping your food in it. This is the block of beeswax that I'm going to be working with today, and I have a dedicated cheese grater that I use when I'm working with beeswax, and I start off by simply grating the beeswax. You can also use pellets or shavings here. Okay, the other thing you're going to want to use is a baking pan that's just upside down. We're going to use that as our ironing surface. And on top of that ironing surface, we're going to put a piece of parchment paper that you would typically use for baking. Take whatever fabric you're going to be using. And then it's just like a pizza. You take that beeswax and you sprinkle it evenly around and on the fabric. The only real advice that I have for you here is that you get the edges pretty well. You don't want to leave any of the edges without beeswax because it's the beeswax that really helps this whole piece of fabric cling. And once you have your fabric covered in beeswax, you put another piece of parchment paper over the top, and then take a hot iron with no steam. You want it to be dry and you want it to be hot, perhaps on a wool setting, and slowly iron your fabric. And while you're doing that, you can see that the beeswax is melting and saturating right into that fabric. And once your beeswax is all melted, you can pull that top layer of parchment paper off and just set it aside because you can use it for your next one. And then let your fabric dry for just a few seconds. The wax cools and dries really fast, so after about a minute, you can just peel off your fabric from the parchment paper. All right, so there we go. All right, and here's the one that I just finished. And I have a tamale here. I'll pack my lunch for tomorrow, for tamale. There's all different ways you can wrap these, whatever you choose. Like a little piece of lunch art. There I go. There's my lunch for tomorrow. Pretty cool, right? Thanks so much for watching my video. I hope that this has inspired you. If you have any questions, just let me know. Have a great day. Namaste.